Have you ever felt that your life was being shaped by forces you couldn't see, but could feel? As if there were an invisible thread weaving together every experience, every encounter, and every challenge to lead you to something greater. This feeling often arises in the most unexpected moments, in deep silences, in nights of uncertainty, or even in moments of inexplicable joy. It's as if there's an unseen plan guiding every step you take, even when the path seems dark or uncertain. The idea of divine purpose emerges like a gentle flame in the heart, illuminating questions that lead us to reflect on our very existence. Why are we here? What is the true meaning of the hardships we face? And more importantly, how can we transform our struggles into something magnificent? These questions are not mere curiosities. They are invitations to explore the depth of our soul and align ourselves with a greater force working tirelessly on our behalf. Perhaps you've been through moments when everything seemed lost, when doors closed, and dreams felt distant. But what if each of these moments was actually part of a carefully designed process? What if the struggles weren't punishments but opportunities for growth, refinement, and strengthening? The deepest lessons often come from the hardest moments, and every burden carried has the potential to transform us in ways we never imagined. There is something powerful in recognizing that challenges don't define us, but prepare us. Every tear shed, every sleepless night, every step taken amidst doubt, all of this is shaping you for something greater. Think of how gold is refined by fire, or how seeds face darkness before sprouting into the light. In the same way, you are being prepared to bloom in your fullness. The concept of overcoming is like a bridge between the present and what's to come. It is a testament to the strength that resides within each of us, waiting to be revealed when we refuse to give up. Every obstacle we face, no matter how overwhelming it seems, is a chance to discover our resilience, to prove to ourselves that we are capable of much more than we imagine. Overcoming is more than conquering challenges, it's transforming in the process. When you reflect on your own journey, can you see the patterns? The pieces that, once disconnected, start coming together, forming a larger picture. Perhaps you faced losses, rejections, or internal doubts, but looking back, you realize how those moments shaped your character, your courage, and your compassion. The journey of self-discovery is marked by these transformations, which lead us to a deeper understanding of who we truly are. The beauty of divine purpose lies in the fact that it doesn't need to be fully understood to be lived. Often, it's enough to trust, even when circumstances seem unfavorable. This trust is not a sign of weakness, but of strength, a declaration that you believe there is something greater, even when you cannot see the complete path. Faith, in this sense, is like an internal compass pointing in the right direction, even amidst the fog. There is a moment in everyone's journey when everything seems to align. It's as if past experiences, overcome pains, and learned lessons finally make sense. This moment is not just a reward. It's a confirmation that every step, every choice, and every challenge was necessary. You realize that nothing was in vain, that everything served a greater purpose, shaping you for something extraordinary. Along this path, it is common to encounter voices of doubt, both internal and external. These voices question your abilities, undermine your efforts, and try to slow your journey. But what if these doubts are merely echoes of fear, attempting to prevent you from reaching your true potential? Every time you silence those voices and keep moving forward, you reaffirm your connection to the divine purpose and your ability to overcome any adversity. There is something profoundly transformative about sharing your journey. When you share your experiences, you inspire others to recognize their own strength and purpose. Human connection is one of the most powerful ways to expand the light we carry within. As you share your story, you not only free yourself from the chains of the past, but also ignite flames of hope in the hearts of those around you. The journey toward purpose is not linear. It is full of twists, pauses, and moments of doubt. Yet every step, even if hesitant, brings you closer to uncovering the wholeness that already exists within you. This is the power of the journey of self-discovery. It not only reveals who you are, but also who you are destined to become. As you reflect on this message, think of the times when life surprised you, showing you are capable of more than you believed. Those moments were not coincidences. They were reminders of the greater purpose guiding your existence. Share your reflections, inspire others, and allow the light of your journey to illuminate those around you. After all, you were created for something extraordinary, and the journey is just beginning. There are moments in life when something simple like a sunrise or a stranger's smile seems to carry a weight we cannot explain. These moments are like whispers from the universe, drawing our attention to something greater, something beyond what the eyes can see. It's like waking from a dream and, for an instant, realizing there is a symphony playing in the background, a harmony guiding our steps without our awareness. These signs can manifest in subtle ways, like an unexpected conversation that answers a question you've silently carried, or a door that opens just when all others seemed closed. Life has a curious way of orchestrating encounters and events that, at first glance, may seem random, but over time, reveal a pattern. Like waves forming in the sea, every small experience contributes to a greater movement. Imagine the awakening of a new morning. The light rising on the horizon, dispelling the darkness of night, is a reminder that each day brings the promise of a new beginning. So too is the divine call, a gentle light awakening us to something beyond the limitations of the present. It does not come with fanfare or shouts. It is more like a ray of sunlight breaking through the clouds, illuminating our path and revealing directions we could not see before. Perhaps you have found yourself in situations where everything seemed disconnected, but at some point, the pieces began to fit together. Have you noticed how certain coincidences repeat themselves? People who appear at just the right moment, words that echo exactly what you needed to hear. These are not mere random events. They are signs that something greater is guiding your journey. These coincidences may be how the divine calls us to pay attention. The call is not a loud voice or a clear instruction. It may come as a persistent feeling, a gentle restlessness telling you that something more is waiting for you. It's like hearing a distant melody that feels familiar, but is hard to identify. It's a sense of belonging to something greater, something that transcends the everyday. These small intuitions and moments of clarity are what connect us to the larger purpose that awaits us. Just as the rain nourishes the soil so seeds can sprout, the signs in our lives prepare our spirit for something grand. The divine call invites us to grow, to expand, and to find our place in the grand design of existence. It reminds us that we are not here by chance, but as part of a narrative that is both personal and universal. Every small experience, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is a page in the book of our lives, contributing to a greater story. Along this journey, it is natural to question whether these signs truly hold a deeper meaning. After all, how can we be certain? The answer lies not in seeking external guarantees, but in listening with the heart. The divine call is an invitation to trust, to let go of the need for control, and to allow life to guide us. Have you ever felt that certain moments carried more than mere coincidence? That perhaps, just perhaps, they were subtle touches from the universe, reminding you that your purpose is within reach of every choice you make. Since ancient times, God has called ordinary people to accomplish extraordinary things. Imagine Abraham, an elderly man without children, being called by God to look to the sky and count the stars. "So shall your descendants be," said the Lord. What seemed impossible became the promise of a nation, a call that transcended his understanding and transformed his life. Genesis 15:5 reminds us that even when everything around us suggests otherwise, God's call comes with a promise greater than we can imagine. Another powerful example is Moses, who found himself in a moment of apparent exile, shepherding sheep in the desert. It was there, in the most unlikely place, that God called him through the burning bush, a flame that did not consume. Moses, hesitant and unsure, heard the words that would change his story. I am who I am. I am sending you. Moses' call shows us that God doesn't choose the prepared. He prepares the chosen. Even amidst fear and doubt, the divine purpose is undeniable. These stories are not merely relics of a distant past. They echo in our lives, reminding us that the divine call is not reserved for great biblical leaders alone. It is also for you, in your routine, in your challenges, in your restlessness. God sees beyond what human eyes can perceive. He sees the potential, the strength, and the purpose that lie within you, even when you cannot see it yourself. Just as Abraham was challenged to look at the infinite stars and Moses to trust his mission, you too are called to believe that something greater awaits you. The divine call does not require perfection, only willingness. It is a reminder that, regardless of circumstances, a greater plan is unfolding, one that uses even the simplest moments to fulfill something extraordinary. Perhaps you're wondering how to recognize this call in your life. Abraham and Moses didn't have all the answers when they were called. What they had was faith and a willingness to take the first step. And that is exactly what God's call asks of you: an open heart and the courage to trust the unknown. The response to the call is not immediate. It is built along the journey, step by step, as you discover more about who you are and what you are called to do. Think of the moments when you felt a gentle nudge, an idea you couldn't shake, or an opportunity that seemed destined. These moments could be your own look at the stars or burning bush. They might be signs that God is trying to capture your attention, inviting you into a greater plan filled with purpose and meaning. Remember that the divine call does not depend on your limitations. Abraham was old, Moses was insecure, yet God does not see our weaknesses as barriers. He uses them as tools to reveal His glory. Just as He called great leaders in the past, He is calling you now, exactly where you are, to something only you can fulfill. There are seasons in life that seem marked by silence, when the answers we seek feel beyond our grasp. These are moments when uncertainty settles in, and the path ahead is shrouded in shadows. This silence, though disconcerting, is not empty. It is the space where purpose begins to take shape. It is like the pause between heartbeats, necessary for the next pulse to come with renewed strength. These periods of waiting are often misunderstood. The world pushes us to act, to find immediate answers, but silence plays a fundamental role in preparing us for something greater. It forces us to slow down, to look inward, and to listen to what we usually overlook. In this state of stillness, inner strength is cultivated, and clarity begins to emerge. Isaiah 42:31 reminds us that those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. This waiting is not an activity. It is a conscious surrender, a trust that even when nothing seems to be moving, something is being shaped in the unseen. Waiting is the ground where faith is strengthened, where we learn to rest in the assurance that there is a right time for everything. In the silence, doubts often arise, trying to steer us off course. Questions about our ability, the future, and what lies ahead can envelop us. But it is precisely in this turmoil that faith becomes an anchor. Silence is not the absence of direction. It is the pause that allows us to refocus, aligning ourselves with something beyond the immediate circumstances. The emptiness that silence brings is, in truth, an opportunity. It gives us space to let go of what no longer serves us, to release fears and insecurities that hold us back. Silence creates a fertile environment where purpose can emerge with clarity. It is there that answers begin to take form, not as a sudden revelation, but as a whisper that grows increasingly audible. Every moment of waiting carries a promise. It serves as a reminder that even when everything seems still, there is a force working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances for the right moment. Learning to trust this process is one of life's greatest challenges, but also one of its greatest victories. For it is in the silence that we find the strength within, the strength that prepares us for the next step. Stillness is not a sign of abandonment, but of care. It is the necessary interval for something profound to be restored, for unseen wounds to be healed, and for the spirit to be strengthened. It is where we learn to walk with patience, knowing that the road is being paved ahead of us, even if we cannot yet see it clearly. These periods of uncertainty are like the calm before the storm, but also like the preparation before the harvest. They shape us, challenge us to stand firm, and push us to trust in something greater than ourselves. These are not easy times, but they are essential for our growth and for the fulfillment of the purpose that awaits us. Although silence may feel uncomfortable, it is a space of profound transformation. It is where strength is renewed, where we find the determination to press on and the courage to face what lies ahead. It is where we learn to wait not in despair, but with a quiet confidence that, at the right moment, everything will fall into place. Waiting is not a pause in the journey. It is part of the path. Each moment of silence is an invitation to go deeper, to cultivate patience, and to prepare for what lies beyond. Thus, even in the midst of uncertainty, we are strengthened to move forward with resolve, ready to embrace the purpose that awaits us. The challenges we face do not arise by chance. They are like the fire that purifies gold, or the pressure that turns coal into diamonds. Each obstacle is an opportunity for refinement, a process that strengthens us and prepares us for something greater. Just as a diamond cannot shine without enduring the intense pressure of the earth's depths, we too cannot reach our true potential without going through difficult moments. Challenges are tools of spiritual growth. They reveal who we truly are and teach us to rely on a strength beyond ourselves. It is in moments of greatest pressure that we discover our resilience, our ability to persevere and adapt. These experiences, though painful, shape us in ways that nothing else can. Think about how many times losses and frustrations have shaken your life. Perhaps you lost a job, faced the end of a relationship, or dealt with a rejection that seemed unbearable. At that moment, everything seemed to fall apart. But looking back, you realize these events pushed you toward a new beginning, something you might never have considered before. What seemed like the end turned out to be the start of a transformation. Life has a curious way of teaching us that setbacks are not failures but part of the process. Each new beginning is an opportunity to grow, to build something stronger and more aligned with the purpose we carry. It is in these moments that faith and determination are tested, and it is precisely there that we find the greatest lessons. Difficulties are not barriers to progress. They are the building blocks with which we construct a solid foundation. Challenges also teach us to let go of control. When everything seems beyond our grasp, we are compelled to trust in something greater, to recognize that we are not alone on this journey. This recognition brings a quiet strength, a sense that, even in the midst of the storm, we are being guided toward calmer waters. Every frustration carries with it a valuable lesson, even if it's not immediately apparent. These experiences invite us to shift our perspective, to see beyond the immediate pain, and to recognize the hidden purpose in each situation. It's like a sculptor who, by striking the block of stone, reveals a masterpiece within. The blows may seem harsh, but they are essential to uncovering the inner beauty. The journey of overcoming obstacles also connects us with our vulnerability. It reminds us that we are human, that we fail, that we suffer, but above all, that we have the capacity to rise and move forward. Each battle one strengthens not only the body, but also the spirit, shaping us into stronger and wiser versions of ourselves. Even the most painful losses carry seeds of renewal. A field devastated by a storm, with time, becomes fertile for new growth. So it is with our lives. Every difficulty we face leaves space for the new, for growth that is only possible after the storm has passed. Starting over after a period of pain requires courage, But it is in this act of rising that we find our inner strength. It is where the spirit is refined, learning to value what truly matters and to trust that there is purpose in each step of the journey, even when the path is difficult to see. Challenges invite us to embrace our humanity, to recognize that pain is part of life, but that we are also endowed with surprising strength. This strength, cultivated amidst adversity, is what enables us to overcome and thrive. Every obstacle conquered is proof that we can go beyond, transforming our experiences into tools for growth. The beauty of this process lies in realizing that we do not face challenges merely to survive, but to evolve. They prepare us for the greater purpose that lies ahead. Each pressure, each difficulty, is part of the plan, shaping us like fire shapes metal, transforming us into brighter and more resilient versions of ourselves. The challenges we face in life often come without warning, shaking our certainties and leaving us before the unexpected. Job, a righteous and upright man, saw his world crumble abruptly and devastatingly. He lost his possessions, his health, and most painfully, his family. Every aspect of his life that once symbolized stability was taken away, leaving him with only questions and a profound emptiness. Yet, his story is not just one of suffering, but of resilience, perseverance, and the strength that arises when everything seems lost. Job's journey reminds us that suffering is part of the human experience, but it never comes without purpose. The silence of God which Job experienced was not an absence, but a preparation. Job questioned, lamented, and sought answers that did not come, yet his faith remained an anchor amidst the chaos. He did not allow despair to define his destiny, and this stance has made him a symbol of strength for generations. It is in the fire of adversity that we are shaped. Job underwent a process of refinement, where each loss led him to a deeper understanding of life and himself. Just as gold is purified by intense heat, our souls are refined through trials. Every challenge we face, every sleepless night, and every tear shed is part of a greater process, preparing us for something we cannot yet see. The lessons that emerge from challenges are like seeds planted in arid soil, waiting for the right moment to bloom. Job did not see the fruit of his resilience immediately, but remained faithful even when everything seemed to crumble. This patience and trust in the process teach us that we don't always need to understand the reason for each pain. We just need to believe there is a purpose. Job's story also reminds us that suffering does not isolate us from God. On the contrary, it is in these moments that we are invited to draw even closer. The silence Job faced was not abandonment, but space for growth. It is in this silence that we learn to hear the inner voice that guides us and to trust in something greater than ourselves. It is where our faith is tested and strengthened, preparing us for what lies ahead. Losses and frustrations are inevitable, but they do not have the power to define who we are. Job went beyond his circumstances and found strength where others might have given up. His resilience was not born from an absence of pain, but from the ability to see beyond it. He recognized that each obstacle had the potential to become a bridge to something greater. The same is true for us when we choose to persevere instead of yielding to despair. Pain has the power to transform us. Job did not emerge from suffering as the same man who entered it. He was transformed, and his faith, once unshakable, became even deeper and more grounded. The challenges we face are meant to shape us, not to destroy us. They reveal strengths we never knew we had and show us how much we are capable of enduring and growing. Every challenge prepares you for something greater. Job not only regained everything he had lost, but was blessed even more abundantly. This shows us that the end of pain is not merely a return to a previous state, but an elevation to a higher level of understanding and fulfillment. The trials we face pave the way for rewards beyond what we can imagine, as long as we continue to walk in faith. Moments of suffering teach us the importance of patience and trust. Job waited, even without understanding, and his waiting was rewarded. Life also challenges us to wait, to believe that even when the present seems dark, the future holds promises of restoration and joy. This active waiting is an expression of trust, a demonstration that we believe in the process, even without seeing immediate results. There is strength in the simple act of moving forward. Each step taken amidst adversity is a declaration of faith and resilience. Job shows us that even when we are surrounded by darkness, there is light ahead. And that light not only illuminates our path, but also renews us, gives us strength to keep going, and prepares us to receive something greater than we could ever dream of. Your journey may seem uncertain, and the challenges may feel unbearable, but remember that there is a greater purpose in every struggle. Every loss, every fall, every difficulty is shaping you, refining your character, and strengthening your faith. Just like Job, you are being prepared for something magnificent, something that is yet to come, but that will bring meaning to every moment of pain. Job's resilience inspires us to look beyond immediate circumstances and trust in the greater plan. Every challenge faced is a brick that builds the bridge to our purpose. And when we finally cross that bridge, we realize that the pain, though difficult, was essential in leading us to a place of wholeness and fulfillment. The difficulties we face have a transformative power that we often cannot see in the moment. Every obstacle, every pain, every loss serves as a kind of mirror, reflecting parts of us that need to be strengthened, healed, or refined. It is in the fire of adversity that our character is shaped, and often it is only after the heat of the moment that we recognize the strength we gain by enduring it. Life, with its uncertainties and challenges, places us in situations that test our beliefs, our patience, and our resilience. When we are in the midst of difficulties, it is easy to feel crushed by their weight. But as 2 Corinthians 4:17 reminds us, these sufferings, though intense, are light and momentary compared to the eternal glory they are producing in us. Every trial has the potential to reveal our true essence and prepare us for something greater. Just as strong winds can topple a tree with shallow roots, they also strengthen the roots of a deeply rooted tree, making it even more resilient. Our difficulties have the same effect. They invite us to dig deeper into our essence, to seek strength where we thought there was none, and to find within ourselves a firmness that once seemed impossible. Adversity forces us out of our comfort zone and into confronting aspects of ourselves that might otherwise remain hidden. It teaches us lessons that, though difficult, are necessary for our growth. It is through confronting our weaknesses that we discover our capacity for overcoming. And as we face these moments with courage, our character is forged with greater solidity and authenticity. There is something profoundly transformative in the process of going through difficulties. They teach us to be more patient, more compassionate, and above all, more aware of our inner strength. Every challenge overcome makes us more resilient, better prepared to face the next obstacle, and more confident in our ability to move forward, regardless of the circumstances. In addition to shaping our character, adversities teach us to value what truly matters. Often, in the rush of daily life, we lose sight of what is essential. It is in the midst of trials that we are prompted to reflect on our priorities, simplify our lives, and find meaning in the small things. Pain, no matter how intense, has the power to reconnect us with what is most genuine within us. When facing difficulties, we learn to trust in something greater. The process of overcoming is not just a matter of personal strength. It also involves surrender and acceptance that not everything is within our control. This trust, which grows as we walk through adversity, helps us see beyond the immediate pain and believe that every moment of struggle is leading us toward a greater purpose. It is important to remember that a character shaped by adversity is not only stronger, but also more sensitive. Hardships have the power to open our eyes to the pain of others, making us more empathetic and compassionate. Every scar we carry tells a story not just of pain, but also of triumph, and connects us with those who face similar battles. Adversities do not diminish our worth. They increase it. Every trial we face and overcome transforms us into more authentic and refined versions of ourselves. Just as a raw stone must be polished to reveal its beauty, our lives are shaped by difficulties, unveiling the strength and light that have always resided within us. This process of transformation can be uncomfortable, even painful, but it is essential. The eternal glory mentioned in 2 Corinthians 4:17 does not refer solely to a distant future. It begins to manifest now, in every small victory, in every moment when we choose to move forward despite the hardships. Looking back, we see how every moment of adversity has made us stronger, wiser, and more determined. Every challenge faced is a piece of the puzzle that forms who we are today. Transformation through adversity is a testament that, even in the toughest moments, something beautiful and powerful is being built within us. Therefore, as you face your own struggles, remember that they are not the end, but the beginning of a new phase. Every trial is refining your character, strengthening your essence, and preparing you to reach the fullness of the purpose destined for you. Spiritual resilience is one of the deepest pillars for facing life's challenges. It strengthens us, keeps us steady, and gives us the ability to move forward, even when everything seems to be falling apart. Practices such as prayer, meditation, and spiritual reading are essential tools for building this resilience. Prayer is the moment when we connect directly with God, sharing our fears, doubts, and hopes. It is like a direct line reminding us that we are not alone, even in the darkest moments. Meditation, on the other hand, provides the silence needed to listen. In a world filled with noise and distractions, meditation invites us to be still and tune in to the inner voice, the one that reflects divine peace. Spiritual reading, whether of the scriptures or other inspiring texts, serves as a map to guide us in times of uncertainty. Psalm 46:1 reminds us, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Immersing ourselves in these words offers the encouragement we need to face any adversity. Looking to the Bible, we find countless examples of resilience that inspire us to keep moving forward. David, as a young man, faced Goliath, a giant who intimidated an entire army. He did not let fear or the disbelief of others paralyze him. Armed with his faith in God, David achieved the impossible, demonstrating that true strength lies not in what is visible, but in what is unshakable within us. Joseph also offers a powerful testimony of resilience. Sold by his own brothers, falsely accused, and thrown into prison, he could easily have lost hope. Yet Joseph remained faithful, even amid the most difficult trials. He trusted in God's plan, even when he could not see the immediate purpose of his suffering. His journey teaches us that resilience is not merely surviving, but keeping faith alive as we wait for restoration. These examples challenge us to apply this strength in our own lives. How can we maintain courage and faith in the face of our daily struggles? Like David and Joseph, we are called to trust that, even when everything seems against us, a greater force is sustaining us. Resilience is not built overnight. It is the result of daily choices, of small acts of faith that accumulate until they become an inner fortress. The quiet strength of faith is what keeps us steady in times of doubt. It does not make noise but is profoundly powerful. In moments of uncertainty, faith is like a gentle light guiding our steps. Philippians 4:13 declares, "I can do all things through him who strengthens me." These words are not merely a reminder of the power that dwells within us, but a call to trust even when the path seems unclear. Imagine a violent storm, with winds threatening to topple everything around. Faith is like an anchor that holds us firm, preventing us from being swept away by the turbulence. It allows us to take a deep breath and trust that the storm will pass, that something lies beyond it, waiting for us. During the toughest times, faith gives us the strength to move forward, one step at a time. There are moments in life when doubt tries to creep in, when strength seems to falter and despair begins to take hold. In those times, trust in God becomes our greatest ally. Trusting does not mean understanding everything, but surrendering our uncertainties and fears to the one who sustains us. It means believing that, even when we cannot see the way out, God is paving the way for something greater. Quiet faith does not demand immediate proof. It rests in the assurance that we are being cared for. Just as a farmer patiently waits for the harvest, watering and nurturing the soil, we too are called to nurture our faith, trusting that the fruits will come in due time. This trust enables us to face challenges with courage and serenity, knowing that each battle is preparing us for something extraordinary. During the most challenging periods, remembering that I can do all things through Him who strengthens me is like recharging our energy. It reminds us that we do not have to carry our burdens alone, that there is a divine strength supporting us every step of the way. This strength gives us the ability to keep going, even when our own reserves feel insufficient. The strength of faith is not visible, but is tangible in every decision to persevere, in every choice to keep believing. It sustains, strengthens, and leads us, ensuring that even amidst the fiercest storms, we can emerge stronger and more resilient than before. The journey of resilience is a living testament to the power of faith, a reminder that with God by our side, there is no limit to what we can overcome. Finding and living out your divine purpose is a journey that begins with a deep look within yourself. Every talent, every skill, and every passion you possess are unique tools given by God, so you can make a difference in the world. Discovering this purpose is not a complicated process, but it requires intention and dedication. One of the most effective ways to start is by reflecting on what brings you joy and meaning. Ask yourself, what activities make time seem to fly? What do I do effortlessly that benefits others around me? These clues may point to talents waiting to be used in meaningful ways. A valuable technique is keeping a reflection journal, noting moments when you felt truly connected to something greater. Recall situations where someone recognized something special in you, or when your actions had a positive impact. Through this practice, patterns will begin to emerge, revealing how your talents can be directed toward a greater good. Remember, your purpose is closer than you think, often hidden in everyday actions you perform without even realizing their depth and impact. Once identified, the next step is to embrace this purpose with courage and determination. Often, we hesitate, thinking our abilities are too small or will not make a difference. But God calls us to trust that no matter how small our talents may seem, they can multiply when placed in service to others. It's like a small flame that, when shared, can ignite a larger light, illuminating not only your life, but also the lives of many around you. Every action, no matter how simple, has the potential to create significant change. A smile, a word of encouragement, or a kind gesture can transform someone's day and eventually impact their life in ways you may never know. Matthew 5:16 reminds us, "Let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." This verse is an invitation to live your purpose intentionally, allowing your light to illuminate the paths of those around you. Making a positive impact in the world does not require grand gestures. It starts with small daily choices. Imagine the ripples created when a stone is thrown into water. Each of your actions, no matter how simple, creates an effect that expands, reaching places you cannot see. A single act of kindness can inspire another, and before long, you may have sparked a chain of events touching many lives. In this way, every moment of your day becomes an opportunity to reflect divine light and create lasting change. Living in alignment with your purpose requires consistency and daily practices that maintain your connection with God and your path. Begin each day with prayer, seeking guidance and clarity for the decisions you'll make. Dedicate a few minutes to reflect on your actions and intentions, ensuring they align with the greater purpose you seek to fulfill. Small habits like helping someone, listening attentively, or simply showing gratitude align your actions with the calling you have received. Cultivating a heart open to service is another essential element of living in tune with your purpose. When you are willing to help without expecting anything in return, you find your life becomes richer and more meaningful. The impact you make on others returns to you in the form of genuine satisfaction and joy, creating a continuous cycle of light and love. These small everyday acts are the foundation of a life aligned with divine purpose. You will realize that living your purpose is not a distant goal, but an ongoing journey. It's about being present in every moment, attentive to opportunities to do good, and willing to grow through every experience. You are created for something extraordinary, and each step you take toward your purpose strengthens that truth. Even on difficult days, remember that a greater force is guiding you, and that every challenge faced is part of God's plan for your life. Reflecting on all we have explored, the call, the challenges, the resilience, and the impact of purpose, it is clear that every stage of your journey has value. Nothing is wasted, and everything contributes to shaping who you are destined to become. Divine purpose not only transforms your life, but also touches the lives of those who cross your path, creating a legacy of light and hope that extends far beyond you. Trust in the divine plan and continue to walk in faith, even when the road seems difficult. God is always working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances and preparing you for each new phase. With every step, you will discover more strength, more clarity, and more joy, knowing that you are living according to the purpose entrusted to you. Thank you for being part of this journey. If this message has touched your heart, like, comment, and share it with those who also need encouragement. Your participation helps spread light and inspiration, strengthening this community of faith and purpose. May you continue to be guided and strengthened on your path. God has great things in store for you.